Hello, everyone, and welcome to Real Women, Real Purpose Talk Show, live in the On Purpose Woman Global Community Facebook group. I'm Catherine Yarbrough, and I'm your host today. I'm one of the two hosts of the Real Women, Real Purpose Talk Show. I'm a co-leader in the On Purpose Woman Global Community and the creator of the Manifesting Clients Academy. And I am here today with Joanne Bracken. Hello, Joanne.
Hi, Catherine. So happy to be here.
I'm really looking forward to our conversation. We're going to be talking about how we can change our frequency and reboot our lives. So, Joanne is an expert at this. She is a spiritual life coach, a sound healer, a past life therapist, a soul awakener, and a channel for the divine. She has worked as a professional energy healer since the mid 1980s. Wow, Joanne Bracken. Woo!
I know. I got some age on me.
Yeah, well, many of us do have a few years on us. And she studied all kinds of wonderful things over the years, and she brings them all to her practice now, which is focused on channeling higher intelligence, past life therapy, and sound healing. So, officially, welcome, Joanne, and
Thank
welcome to the
you.
listeners. Yes. And I'm looking forward to hearing about all of this. Let's get started with what do you mean by rebooting our life? I mean, if that's what we're going to talk about, what does that actually mean?
What that means to me is working with energy in a very conscious, intentional way to get us on maybe a new and improved path. Many of us are kind of trucking along through our lives, doing what we need to do to get by. We have to make the rent or the mortgage payment. We got to buy the food. We have to get the kids to school, all those regular daily things. And many of my clients have come to me over the years saying, I know there's something more. There's something more I can be doing, or there's something else. What is that something else? And they don't know how to find that something else and how to achieve it once they do find it. And
Mm.
so to me, when I say rebooting, it's about giving us, through an intentional method, an opportunity to find and create new ways of being that are more exciting, that are more enlivening, that give us a greater sense of purpose.
Mm.
And then finding the tools to get on a newer path. And to me, what I've always felt for myself and for my clients is that it just gives, like, it really does boot you up, or gives you a boost up, where suddenly life seems like it has more possibility.
Mm.
And so it's like you get a new USB port put in and you plug in a new cord there and you're like, eh. You just get just a new sense of possibility for yourself.
Mm. Well, goodness sakes, I think that sounds really super, super good. And even me, I'm always doing work and practicing having a great life, but I can imagine wanting to be rebooted and have that experience. I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. So years ago, I would have been more in the doing life, going to a job, having a family, doing the thing. What's more? What's more? But it gets fine tuned, I guess, over the
It gets
years.
very fine tuned, and I don't want to let people think that this is an overnight fix. It's not. It's like you get, suddenly you're turned on in a new way. You realize that there's a new way of being and there's hope that comes in there. But it's not like you're going to wake up the next day and suddenly, I have a new life. It's all fixed. It is a process of moving through certain steps and raising our frequency and creating more space in our life so that a new energy, new thought patterns can come in, new belief systems can be formed. So it's really, I love the process because for me, it's exciting and it keeps me interested
Hmm.
Suddenly there's more interest in, oh, okay, this is something I can build to. I know it's possible to create a new, more satisfying life. And I'm going to go for that. And
Right.
it may take a month, it may take a year, depending on what the it is.
Hmm.
It's going to take time because we're in time. Here on planet Earth, we operate in time. And so we have to work within that.
Well, so goodness, I want to ask so many different things, but let's start, if you're willing to do this, is there an example, a client example or something from your own life that you're willing to share where what was the before, what happened during the reboot, what was the awareness? Yeah,
Sure. I have a bunch of them actually. And
let's
most
start
of
with
my
one.
clients are women. Yes. I will keep it short.
Okay.
So I have this one client in California. She was working for the state of California as a licensed social worker, working with abused children, and it was draining her. It was just like, she just couldn't take the bureaucracy anymore. It was too hard working with this population. And so she decided one day she was going to quit. She was just going to quit. But while she was in that process of disengaging from the state of California and the social work system, she was in a shamanic training course. She was training to become a shaman. And when she did my programs through a series of groups that I was doing at the time, she decided she didn't quite know where she fit in. Like she wasn't sure about leaving the state, and did she have what it took to move into being a shaman, a white woman shaman in California? Was she going to be able to make that work? And so
Mhm.
after working with me just for a few months, she was able to build the confidence to move ahead. And now she's got a practice. She's doing it. She's doing it. She quit the state. She was able to just start marketing herself. And now she's got work to do. She's actually doing it. And the process with me was really a process of a combination of some coaching, sound healing, intuitive work, meditation, just a nice package, releasing blocks. The block that would say, I don't think I can do this. I'm not going to make enough money to do this.
Mhm. Well, so that's a great example. Thank you for sharing that, Joanne. And hopefully everybody who's listening knows what shamanism is, and if not, just relate it to your own life.
Yeah.
Because everybody, a lot of people here are cool and know that. But
Ye-
not that you're not cool if you don't know it. Just want to be true here. Okay, we're all on our journey. But
That's right.
anyway, let's talk about this in terms of the work around frequency, because that's a great example of a woman who knew sort of where she wanted to go because she was in that training. She knew she was kind of in that old stagnant place that you talked about in the beginning, that would call somebody with you so that they can reboot their life and either discover what they want or have the courage, like that particular example, to
Mhm.
go forth. So what does it mean to change your frequency?
Okay, that's a great question. So we're all energy, right? Everything is energy. We are energy. And all the systems within us have their own frequency within our whole energetic body. So we can vibrate at a lower level, not meaning worse, just a little lower, slower when we're kind of in the drone phase of our life, where not much is happening. We're just sort of humming along. And it's sort of like this, we're going along. And then you come up with, for example, a new idea, like I want to bust out. I want to become a healer. I want to make a living doing this. But the frequency isn't a match. We know that in order to create, science has shown us, in order to create, we need to be a vibrational match to what we say that we want to have. Now, I have a system of working with a pendulum, which is a way of connecting with my higher self to sort of get a feel for where somebody's frequency is or where their vibrational pattern is, to see if they're lined up with what they say they want. So what I always find with these people like this woman I mentioned is that they'll say, I want to do this. But then when I do a little test using my pendulum, it's like, I'm being told you're not in alignment with what you say you want. And so if you're not a match, if you're not a vibrational match, you're probably not going to be able to do it very easily. So you can say, I want this all you want. But if, you know, your energy is going, no, I don't think so, for one reason or another, like I'm not worthy, I can't possibly do that. Somebody told me that I can't make money being a healer, et cetera, et cetera. You know, so that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about frequency and vibration, is that we want to raise our frequency up to become a match for what is success to us in our life.
Mm.
And it's very easy to do with sound. Very easy.
Oh,
Very,
I love this stuff, Joanne, because I teach about manifestation, and I would say to somebody that you need to be a vibrational match for what you want or something like that. And if you're not, you need to work on it, but I work on it in different ways. So I'm so excited to hear about this and
yeah,
sound. So, uh,
yes. You
okay,
know, working, yes, go ahead.
okay. So I have an example. Can you use me at all?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good, good, good. All right, so I'm doing my manifesting clients hooplas in October.
Uh-huh.
And so I say that I want 45 people to register for them. Not each one, because I've got 3 different dates, but total 45 people to register. Okay.
Okay.
So I know I'm not quite there. I know
Yeah.
I'm not at a
Okay.
total.
So I'm going to do my process with you.
Oh, this is so much
Okay.
fun.
So here's my trusty pendulum, the
Okay.
magic pendulum.
Okay.
Just a way to connect with my inner guidance system. That's all. It's not voodoo. It's just an attunement device. Okay. Then I have my chart. You'll see it's got numbers from 0 to 100 on it. So I use that as percentages. So you just created an intention. You said what you want. Okay. Now I'm going to ask my inner guidance system, what is your percentage of alignment? What's your vibrational match? Where are you in this? And let's see what comes up. Okay. So what percentage of Catherine's energy is aligned with her statement of wanting 45 clients to show up? So I'm getting about 15%.
Ooh, so I've
Okay.
got a lot of work to do.
So this is significant because we know, I was given this intuitively, and then I heard it through other channels. We need at least 51% of our energy to be on board, right?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
So
with you on that.
you're at about 15. You want to experience how I raise this up?
Oh, I think this would be great for me, and hopefully you, the people who are watching, get that experience and will go, "Oh my goodness, I've got to work with Joanne,"
Yeah,
and or at the very least get a better understanding of what this work is like. So absolutely,
exactly.
fleet.
Okay. So what I do is attune myself with divinity. I always call divinity in because I want to be in the highest light possible. And I want to have all of my guidance on board with me when I do my work. So I've already done that before we got together.
Oh,
But I want to ask them again to come in because I want to work with you specifically. Now, before I do that, though, I'd like to have you create a strong intention that you're going to speak out loud. Like, I have 45 people that are already registered for my workshops or something like that. What feels right?
okay. So hold on. Before we do that, I want to let listeners know how they can find out about working with you, because I'm so excited about this and it just keeps popping into my head. Tell the listeners. So if people want to experience this for themselves, I know
Mhm.
you have a special offer for people who do an appointment in October.
Yes.
Where do they go? What do they do?
Well, the best thing is just to go to my website, which is joannebracken.com. And if you need, I think they can see on the ad how to spell my name, Joanne with an E, bracken.com. Just go there. You can read up about me. My phone number is in there. A way to email me is in there. Very simple.
So
And
they
if you
should
want
email you.
They
can
can email me, but also my email address is joanne.bracken@comcast.net.
Okay, so go to the website, email you,
And then I'll
and
contact the person.
okay,
Whoever is
okay.
interested, you can get more information. And I give free 15-minute little chats, just so we can find out if we're a match for each other.
Oh, excellent. And then if you make an appointment in October, you get 50% off.
50% off. Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So you get to do this too if you want to. And let's see what happens. All right. So you want me to come up with a strong statement like um, um, over 45 people have registered for my October manifesting clients hooplas. Does that work?
Sure. Yep.
Okay.
And I want you to really visualize that.
Mm.
Really, you could even come up with a symbol or just see everybody signing up, whatever it is. And I am going to align with my guides. I'm going to call them in, and then they use my voice, my vocal cords, to bring through the perfect frequencies to raise your vibration. Now, I will give you a little heads up. People have said after they've heard me, I've never heard anything like that before. Those
Okay.
are the most interesting sounds, very cosmic. And that's because they work with me. It's not just me. I'm a vessel for this little energy boost and
And
clarity.
so should I be visualizing it the whole time? You're making
Yeah,
the sound.
yep. And you don't have to do anything other than that, but I just want you to focus on making that real within you in whatever way you do that, and just open to receive it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
I'm excited.
This is real edgy stuff, and that's why I love it. Okay. So once again, I invite in all of my guides, my councils of light, the angels of sound, light, and color, to work with me on Catherine's behalf, to raise her vibrational frequency to be a match for her intention for these upcoming workshops. So it is. And just let those sounds move deeply into you, into your DNA, just washing through you, turning all the lights on, uplifting you, clearing out any blocks that might be in the way of this manifestation for you. Just knowing that these sounds always go directly where they are needed. Okay, so that was short and sweet, but you get the picture. So now I want to see, where did this go to? We started at 15. After that sound healing, okay, where is Catherine's percentage now? Okay, this is very common. It went to 100. 100.
Wow.
Happens every time. And that's what I'm saying. It's so fast
Wow.
and easy.
Wow.
Now, that being said, I just did this for you. That doesn't mean people have to have me. You can do this for yourself. You could hum, you could beat a drum, you could play a crystal bowl, you could, use whatever. People just think it's a lot of fun to do it with me and to be on the receiving end, but we all have a voice, and I can already hear people say, but I can't sing, I can't carry a tune in a bucket, right? You don't need to. This isn't about singing. This is about just simply creating an intention and putting sound behind it. So you could just do an ohm, several times until you feel complete. And anybody can do that.
Interesting.
Do an ohm, or you can hum. We all have this incredible instrument, and all you need is the intention. It's like the sound sends the intention to the creative forces.
Hmm.
So
Wow.
I do this with myself
Fascinating.
all the time. I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years,
Mhm.
getting trained with my guidance just to do it for myself. And I've even used it when I had a day job. And part of my job working for this coaching company was to find hotel space. And I used to sweat bullets about, are we going to fill the room block? Are we going to be able to do it? And I was like, just start doing this. And we filled it every time, every time. So
Powerful.
it's very powerful. Sound is the creative force of the universe. In the beginning was the word,
Mm.
Bam.
Well, I have to share that in order to get ready for this interview, I did a little research about vibration. I looked on the internet, vibration and humans, and there's all this interesting information out there. People keep talking about raising your vibration. And between what you're saying and the little bit of research I just did, I'm getting it, baby. I am so getting this. And I mean, I've been on my healing journey for so long. And so I know when I'm feeling icky and that feeling of sludge and
Right.
ooh, and I've been working with manifestation for so long. I know when I'm feeling the resistance, which is why I brought it up today, because I did my
Yeah.
own block clearing, which shifted a little bit, took me from 1% to 15 with some bounces up in between, but coming back to the average of 15, obviously, for this. But anyway, I this is just great stuff. And I've been hearing about sound healing for years and years and years, and I'm just now understanding the power of it. And
It's huge. It's huge. And we know how affected we are by frequency and sound. Just think about how you feel when you're driving down the road and all your windows are down, and how you feel when somebody pulls up next to you blaring music that you love, or if they pull up next to you and they're blaring music that you really hate. What it does to you, it's bouncing off of you and it's going into you, and it's affecting us all the time.
So interesting. Okay, so now tell me this. Obviously, I'm at 100%, or I was for a moment there, and it could stay. Is it like does it stay, or do
It
we?
does. I mean, it will stay there unless you do something, or, something happens that it might slip a little, but you can keep, reminding yourself of what your intention is, and just go, you know what, I'm just going to bring that up again. I'm just going to ohm on it a couple of times, and you're just going to keep feeding that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So now, in terms of working with clients, is it just a one session that you do, or do you then offer to do a continuing journey with people for more than that? Because I
It
mean,
depends on where they are in their journey. Sometimes I'll get people that come one time, but I've been working with some people for years because they are so committed and they want to keep unraveling stuff that's in their way. So what I didn't do with you, which is part of a normal session, is to look at like, maybe what's the block? Is there a block under there? And I will go into channeling mode. I will access past life information to see if there was some trauma that happened. I happen to believe strongly that past lives are a real thing. That's just part of my study and my belief system. But for people who don't believe that, it could be an ancestral issue. You know, if you have a drop of Irish blood in you, and, you know, that Irish blood has a program that says, I'm always poor. I will never amount to anything. I'm never going to have any money. Then you're carrying that. So we can look at that. So past life or ancestral, it really doesn't matter. We're carrying that conditioning or the trauma that may have happened somewhere along somebody's line, like Irish potato famine, you know, shipwrecks. I've worked with one person a lot on her shipwreck history from the past and how it was keeping her from moving ahead. So a whole session is going to be a combination of intuitive guidance, channeled information, past life information, maybe some past life therapy. So I'll get people who are in it for the long haul, and then people who pop in once in a while for a tune-up. And I also give monthly groups, you know, so that I'll work with small groups of people to do what I just did with you and a little bit more.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that sound was really amazing. I can imagine it would feel good to anybody, though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it has a way, from what I hear from other people. I know how it feels for me, but other people are always saying, my God, that just went in so deep. And, oh, I had a pain in my knee before you started and now it's gone. You know, so it just goes where it's needed, and it goes to support us because of how I program myself. You know, my intention is to be a clear and open channel for divine frequencies to assist us in creating our version of heaven on earth, right? That's what we want. We all want a little bit of heaven on earth.
Well, so two things. One, listeners, if you're listening, comment, tell us what you're thinking about everything that Joanne has shared with me, with us, and ask a question if you've got a question of Joanne. And two, be sure to take advantage of Joanne's wonderful offer. If you schedule an appointment and do it during the month of October, you get 50% off. So instead of paying $150, it's only $75. That is a great opportunity. So JoanneBracken.com, reach out to her on Facebook or whatever. Well, I don't know if Facebook will work. Email her, joanne.bracken@comcast.net. Is that correct?
That's
So
correct.
her website, her email her and let her know you want to schedule that appointment. So as we begin to wrap up, let me ask you one more question, Joanne.
Sure.
What do you love about what you do?
Oh my gosh. It's a package deal. I feel so incredibly grateful when I sit in this energy, knowing that I am in partnership with the divine energies who work with me. You know, I've got a great team. So it's not just me. I can't take credit for all of this. I take credit for showing up and saying, yes, use me. I'm here. But the feeling when you sit in that energy and you see the shifts that happen with people and the impact that it has on their life, it's, to me, there's nothing more soul satisfying. You know, this reboots me every time I get to do this. I'm in such gratitude for it and in awe of what happens. It's a happy place.
I love it. Thank you, Joanne. And
You're
thank you, everybody. Yes. And for my special sound healing gift, that was great. I will practice, I promise.
Yes. I want to see those 45 plus people sign up for you, because
Thank
now
you.
you're resonating at it. So
Yeah.
keep feeding it and know you've got the energy match.
All right. Yes. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this Real Women, Real Purpose talk show live in the On Purpose Woman Global Community Facebook group. And on this week, on Thursday, the 24th, Jenny Robertson is going to be interviewing me, and we're going to be talking about how to unleash your light on Facebook. If you want to see all of the Real Women, Real Purpose talk show topics for this month and October, go to our magazine, the On Purpose Woman magazine at onpurposewomanmagazine.com. And you'll see, I don't know exactly which page, but if you scroll through, you'll find a list of all of our topics. And I invite you to go to YouTube. We are posting our interviews on our YouTube channel, the On Purpose Woman Global Community YouTube channel. So go there, subscribe so you get notified about each of our interviews. And I'll be putting this interview up there, and you'll be able to share it with your friends from YouTube. You can share it anywhere. If you get that link, you can share it on Facebook, you can email people. So it's very exciting. I hope that you will join us there and in the On Purpose Woman Global Community on Facebook, and write your comments for this interview. Thank you so much, Joanne, and I'll see y'all next
Thank you,
time.
Catherine.